Hello, this is Chek. Welcome back to my video blog today. Today I thought I'd share some tips on adjusting your workout for stress. Big question I get, as you can imagine, what do I do when I'm tired? What do I do when I'm traveling? What do I do when I'm in a rush and don't have enough time? Etc., etc. Well, there are some important tips so you can get the most out of your workouts, maintain your consistency, maintain your muscle mass or hormonal profile. And many people don't realize that by making a few minor adjustments, you can go from feeling like, I don't want to work out, to going in the gym and having quite a positive, energizing experience. For those of you that have not read my book, How to Eat, Move, and Be Healthy, there is a chapter in here on stress management and what stress is, and there's also a chapter called Putting It All Together where I show you how to design your own exercise programs based on your total stress levels, and you can identify what your total stress level is through the questionnaires in my book. So let's share some of these tips with you. Number one, the higher your stress is, the lower your workout volume should be. So each of you has to have sort of your own system for rating your level of stress from extreme, and if your stress is real high, then you don't want to work out, you want to work in. But many people are very, very busy. A lot of people have to move around a lot and travel a lot like I do for their work. So what we want to do is we want to cut the volume back to that which feels good to you. So if, for example, you have 4 exercises and you're scheduled to do 4 sets of each, or 16 total sets, if you feel half-mast, in other words, you're only about half your normal self, do about half your normal workout. Just cut the volume back so that you feel like you're leaving the gym energized, not like you have been worked out. So you can use the workout concept as a stimulator of the body, as a means of exciting the body and producing energy in the body through a variety of means, such as improving the fluid flow through your body, putting tension through the system. Fascia stores energy, so when you put tension through fascia, it releases energy back into you. There's I could talk for hours on all the things that happen when you exercise. So the key thing is, the more stressed you are, the lower your volume is, and you adjust it so that when you leave you feel vital and you're glad you went to the gym, not, oh my God, I'm so exhausted. Okay? Next, remember, intensity of exercise is what maintains both strength and mass. So many people have it in their head, oh, if I don't work this hard, I'm not going to get anything out of it. So they push themselves when they're tired, trying to maintain an idea. But the reality of it is, and I actually got to give credit to Charles Poliquin, he was the first one to teach me this way back in the 90s, that it is the intensity that triggers the hormonal reaction and maintains the mass of the body. You have to put enough tension through the system to inspire it to want to maintain that level of mass and strength. But the neat thing, and I've experimented with this for years and years, as you can imagine, the neat thing is that if your overall theme is that you exercise regularly and you're in decent shape, you can go for quite a while. You could even, I've done road trips that were 4 months long, non-stop, where I've used these techniques and actually had the strange experience of gaining strength and realizing that I was getting more functional rest on the road because I could not maintain my schedule, which taught me that I myself was overtraining at the time. The first time I deadlifted 500 pounds, I was on a 4-month seminar tour through Australia, and for all intensive purposes should have been exhausted, but by applying these techniques I actually found that I was having some personal best lifts, and this happened to me many times. So the key point here is that if you're tired, you don't want to cut the intensity back, you just want to cut the volume back if at all possible, because that stimulates the body to keep the mass and to release the hormones, and that's particularly important as you get over 40, 42 years of age, because we have a natural drop in testosterone production and our bodies just start to age. Therefore, not having tension through the system, not maintaining a high enough intensity does result in the loss of muscle mass much quicker. I can literally feel it day by day. If I don't get enough tension through the system, I can look in the mirror and watch my body shrinking at 52 years of age. That's fairly normal. Okay? Now, a technique that is called Neuro tonic training, which is a German technique, which Charles Poliquin also talks a fair bit about, and I've experimented with a lot, is to take a rep range of 4 to 8 reps and do half the reps. So if you were going to do squats and you were normally going to do 8 to 12, let's say, you would cut your rep range back, which means the intensity is going to go up to somewhere between 4 and 8, depending on your functional lifting capacity, and you will do half that number of reps. So for example, if I was going to do a squat at 4 RM, I would only do 2 reps. So when you put the bar down, you never feel tired. You actually feel quite energized. It never taxes you, but it excites the system quite nicely. And so you would adjust your number of sets based on how you feel as you're doing it, but always cutting your reps in half relative to your maximum intensity. So 8 reps, you do 4. 6 reps, you do 3. 4 reps, you do 2. Okay? Cut your sets back so you leave the gym energized. As I said earlier, you have to adjust the volume of sets based on your sense of how you feel. Oftentimes you come to the gym and you feel soggy and like, ugh, I don't really want to be there. But once you start moving and warming up and energizing the body, all of a sudden it turns back on. And surprisingly, you can have some really amazing workouts when you did not think you were going to, which usually is an indicator that you're not breathing well, you may not be drinking enough water, and you may not be getting enough sleep. So breathing and drinking water you can control. Sleeping is hard if you're jet lagged or dealing with, work issues or things that are unavoidable. Okay? Next, reduce complexity. Whenever you're tired, you're more likely to get hurt doing any kind of complex exercises. So for example, if you're doing lunges with a twist, that's a complex exercise if you're doing medicine ball lunges with a twist. As your body gets tired, neuromotor control diminishes. You can even watch, if you pay attention, that when you're tired, the quality of your handwriting will change toward the negative. So think about if your handwriting changes, imagine what it's like when you're doing a heavy lift, like an Olympic lift or kettlebell lifts that could be quite challenging for the body to do when you're tired, therefore increase the likelihood of injury. So cutting the complexity of your lifts down to the degree that you're tired, the lifts need to get simpler and simpler. Doing less exercises in a given workout is also very helpful. You'd be surprised at how much more mental energy it takes to do 4 exercises than 2. You'd think, well, they're exercises I've done forever, it's no big deal. Go try it. When you're tired, cutting the number of exercises back is very, very different in the psychological experience, and it makes it easier for you to get in the gym. When you have tips like this and you know how to manipulate your workout, you don't feel so worried about going to the gym. You don't have all this heaviness, this angst about working out, because you know you have tools. And the secret is to use exercise to benefit you, not to become a slave to what's written on paper. Okay? So reduce the complexity, cut back the number of exercises. It's better to do more sets of 1 or 2 exercises and get a deeper therapeutic effect than it is to do more exercises and a little bit of each and not feel like doing any of them. Okay? Big bang exercise, that's a terminology that I created a long time ago. You want to go for big bang exercise when you're tired and you're only going to be in the gym for a short period of time. So a big bang exercise is an exercise that uses the whole body preferably and uses multiple planes of movement. An example of a big bang exercise is a lunge, a squat, a deadlift, a standing cable push or standing cable pull, on a Swiss ball, a supine lateral ball roll. Those are exercises. Now a deadlift may not challenge you in lots of planes, but it turns every muscle on your body like nobody's business. So the key thing is choose exercises that if you only get to do one exercise, it's going to give you the most return on your time investment. And here's my favorite. All of this is still a lot of thinking, and there's times when I just don't even want to think about it. So when you are tired, but you want to make sure you're taking good care of yourself, go to the gym and play. Don't work. Get the idea of working out of your head and just go to the gym and walk in there and do whatever feels good. Start with something easy. Grab some dumbbells and do a few biceps curls. Do a few military presses. Play around on the cable machine with no intention to try to do anything other than just pump and play. Just when you're tired, just remember the concept of pump and play. Don't worry about what you do. One of the key things is maintaining a good habit. It's better to go to the gym, be there, flirt with the weights for the while. If you really don't feel like working out after you've played for a while, good. At least you went there, you maintained the habit. And then you get out of this inner stress of the angst of having to work out, and you shift to the concept, I'm just going to go to the gym and play myself into balance. These are some of the tips that I've used to keep myself healthy on the road, working tremendously high numbers of hours under lots of pressure most days to get a lot of things done. And I've managed to keep myself pretty damn healthy, and I can still lift as much as I did when I was in high school and run as fast as I did when I was in high school. And I can still give the young guys quite a run for it in the gym too. And that's my wish for you. So thanks for joining me today. Have a great time with these techniques. See you soon.